But besides the usual suspects, you have this whole issue. If you look at the roots of the Ukrainian crisis, you really see the role of the energy companies, the liquid national gas, in particular. This idea that Russia is a competitor to U.S. gas exports,
Exactly.
and Europe is a huge consumer of gas, a huge marketplace. And yeah, I mean, this is not conspiracy stuff. This is, you look at the Cove Point liquid natural gas facility that Dominion Energy was built in Virginia, and that purpose, $3-4 billion expansion of their plant in 2013 was meant to export to Europe. That's the same time that people remember, because in the 2012 presidential debates, President Obama mocked Mitt Romney for saying that Russia was an enemy or an adversary. Well, how come in 6 months to a year, U.S. policy on Russia completely flipped, right? It's got a lot, not saying it's the only reason, but a lot's got to do with American gas exports to Europe and the fact that Russia is the main competitor. So this is all so dirty. There's no, like most wars, don't want to say every war, because there are oftentimes wars against occupation that are quite justified. But in most wars, there are no good sides. And Ukraine is a terrific example. The only good side are the common people of Ukraine, whether they speak Ukrainian or Russian, who are already 15,000 of them been killed, but who are been trod underfoot by this. That's the only good side, and that's the only side I support in this.
Exactly. The working class people of Ukraine. Exactly.
Exactly.
And they never mention about how the Obama administration literally went as far as to support it in Israel as well too in 2014, to support a neo-fascist coup that now has in control of Ukraine. That they literally oust a democratically elected Ukrainian leader and placed in a neo-fascist coup. And so it just became so much more dirtier. You don't hear that. You don't hear that at all in Western media at all.
Let alone the and it's a big part of our campaign, Jabari, is accountability. Who is held accountable for that decision? Who was held accountable for this decision to conduct a coup in Ukraine, of which there's no doubt? I mean, there is audio recording of the U.S.'s top diplomat for Europe and the American ambassador in Ukraine discussing the coup explicitly. I mean, there is no doubt about this, right? Let alone the vast and long history of American coups overseas. I mean, dozens and dozens and dozens of them, right? So there's no doubt about that.